what do you make of the narrative that is gaining more and more steam each week that your quarterback is showing diminishing returns of being somebody over the age of 40? What do you make of that conversation, Cameron?
I'd like to say he was his most accurate last year when the same narrative was around, and the most accurate he's been in his career. I mean, we're talking about 3 games in. I feel like I'm putting everything on defense more than I would put on offense who just put up 30 points on the board. This is something that, us as a team has to get better from. This is something that, we've been sort of self-inflicted a lot of our pains and our own wounds from penalties on ourselves. And after we clean that up, I mean, when you have 70 to 100 yards worth of penalties, especially on crucial downs, this is something that you have to clean up and have to get better from.
Now, what you also know, being somebody who goes and hunts quarterbacks for a living, Cameron Jordan, and watches film and circles people on film, does your quarterback look like someone to you who can't get it down the field vertically?
I think we just had a 50-yard touchdown last week from AK, but that being said, down the field, absolutely not. I mean, he looks like a quarterback who still makes all the throws and still able to make explosive habits. And when Mike T comes back, that'll be another piece to the offense that is just explosive. Is at one of the most premier positions you can have. If anything, I'd say I trust Drew more and more every time that he's ever taken the field than I would any other quarterback.
Now, Cameron, the pass to your running back was like 1 yard, and he ran at 70. So I mean, I gotta keep it trust levels too whenever I talk to you. But that said, I'm not one of these people that's burying your quarterback. I want that said before I ask you this: is Drew pissed about it? He hears it. He's got to know it. He's got to hear it. He hears the insinuating questions when he's asked. Is he pissed about this?
I'm sure he's been asked those questions. And however he answers them, I mean, his work ethic and the way he takes to practice and the way he takes the games every week. Again, it's not for lack of points. If anything, I put it on defense and how we should be able to stop some of these offenses. Once we control, our own destiny, I feel like that will take care of itself. There's always going to be naysayers as soon as somebody reaches. They were saying the same thing game one, and after we won the game, they sort of quieted down. With every loss, there's going to be always an open airway, at least for criticism.
How do you clean that up then? How's that get cleaned up, Cameron?
Win more, Rich. We have to win this week.
That's as simple as that. Win more.
Simple.
I love it. Well, and what's the challenge this week? I'm sure you're going to start watching on film the way that the Lions, perform their business. Obviously, Kyler Murray's a different quarterback than Drew Brees, but they were able to pick him off 3 times. And then you saw what they were able to do offensively and not pretty much get off the field in the fourth quarter. What's the challenge here for you with the Lions this week, sir?
Right. I mean, they have a ton of weapons. You talk about Adrian Peterson and the way,
That's right.
We all know Adrian Peterson can be explosive and the way he comes downhill. They have Kenny Galladay, and then of course you got Marvin Jones out there making strong plays, especially from the film we just watched. And we have playmakers everywhere. It's got to be on our defense. I'm looking at us as a defense to try and not only affect the quarterback. I mean, if we can get a couple early hits in and stay that constant pressure, that's going to be the game changer. Before I ever look at the offense, I always look at our defense, and we have to do more.